Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show. Yes, it's Monday morning. I hope that you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I have in the studio with me Deanna Frierson, and am I pronouncing it right at the end?
Yes, Deanna Frierson.
All right. I'm so glad to have you here in the studio today. I say studio, but it's virtual, so you're really in your
Yeah.
location. I'm in my
I feel
location.
I feel like I'm in a studio though, so it's amazing. Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you today. And listen, everyone that's jumping on, I can see that people are jumping on right away, which is a good thing. That means you've kind of been waiting for the Kim Jacobs Show to come on the air from this long weekend thing. Now we're ready to rock and roll. So go ahead and share this broadcast with your friends, your family, your coworkers. Let people know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air. We're here ready to have a great time. Very enlightening information that'll be shared with you today. So I don't want you or any of your friends to miss it. Deanna, this is also an opportunity for you to go ahead and share it with your friends
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
family as well. And I am going to see if I can play a little bit of music for a second.
Yeah.
I think I try and have people multitasking too much, so I'll wait till you share it and then I'll play some.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
But as you guys are coming in, make sure you type your name or just say I'm here. So that way, hey, we know that you are accounted for in the studio audience. Sometimes people pop on different formats, but if you don't type a comment, I never know that you were even there until later. People are like, Kim, I watch you all the time. I'm like, oh, really? I didn't even know it. So Mother Julia Harper, I know you watch every day. Mother Barbara Anderson, my own mom, Ella Spradley, I know you guys watch every day, and I'm grateful and do not take it for granted that you all support me at this level. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can play some.
Nice.
I love that. Thanks to Shayla Faulkner for creating that music for me. I greatly appreciate it. And thanks to Deanna Frierson for being here today. Let me go ahead and get started and read your bio, which is pretty robust. I'm not going to go through everything, but the information, because you can take us on the journey for the whole gamut, okay?
Yeah.
But Deanna M. Frierson is a licensed clinical social worker, a certified, now how do I pronounce that? I am
Imago.
Oh, okay. Because I'm going to ask you that backstage.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm like, come on, Kim, you should ask her that backstage. Let me go back. Deanna M. Frierson is a licensed clinical social worker, a certified Imago therapist, a neuromeditation instructor, and Amen Clinics. I know that word, Amen. Brain health coach. She is trained in mindfulness-based stress reduction.
Yes.
And is a practitioner of transcendental meditation. Deanna is in a private practice in Charlotte, North Carolina, and throughout her career, she has launched and managed numerous successful businesses and a nonprofit organization, and is passionate, very passionate about her role in serving others to help them live a life experiencing wholeness and wellness. I am so glad to have you here today, Deanna.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, okay. So now when we get started, we don't have scripted questions, everyone.
Nice.
We're just having a conversation. And so it's imperative that you all join in on the conversation as well. Let me put this link here for you all in case anybody wants to pop in throughout today's broadcast. You can come right into the studio audience, wherever you are, and ask questions as well. And I'll pull you right on the screen. You'll be right in and you can ask a question. Or if you prefer, because you're like, girl, I ain't getting on that screen looking like this right now. I ain't clear my hair like y'all did. You can just type your questions or ask any questions through just typing them or sending comments. Okay. And we'll pull them into the screen that way. So Deanna, take us back. Where did it all begin for you? Because for you to have all of these accolades attached to your name and designations mean that you were pretty different as a child. So tell us who you were as a child
Oh,
first.
wow. So it's so funny. If you ask me who I was as a child, you'll probably get six different responses because my family of origin, I have three siblings and then my parents. But I would say as a child, I was very much like I am now, I was vibrant, very happy. I love people. And I've always kind of been drawn to like people that experience problems,
Mm.
just wanting to love on people and help people and be kind to people. But I think I was just full of life and energy. I mean, some of the same things I like to do now. I love to dance. I love to cook. I love to spend time with my family. And I think that's just part of just growing up. So my father was in the military. So oftentimes it was just us. We didn't move as much as a lot of people
Right, right.
that had that military background, but the people around us moved a lot. So I was born in Germany, spent a lot of time in Kansas, and what I knew to be true was that my family loved me. Like
Yeah.
my family loved me. I didn't have to have friends, although I had friends because I had siblings and we were very close. So that's kind of what shaped me. My parents were very young when they had us, but what I love about my experience being a child was I feel like my parents, we all grew together.
Oh,
We
good.
all grew together. And I think that, I mean, it was just powerful. It was powerful. I can think of so many stories that shaped who I am throughout childhood. But I think from the outside, when you think about families, people will even say now, I'm connected to a lot of people on Facebook that I grew up with or
Right,
knew me
right.
when I was a child. They'd be like, you guys were just the perfect family, or y'all were great, or y'all were like the Brady Bunch. And I think what people didn't realize is like everyone, we experience life.
That's
We
right.
experience we experience life. We experienced addiction. I remember
Hmm.
early on my mom taking us to counseling, and we were children, we were young black children, and
Right.
my mom, who was a young black mom, wanted to do something different. And I remember her taking us to counseling, family counseling. I remember my dad when he stopped drinking and tried to restructure our home. And I remember when my dad went away to California for rehab. Like those are the things that sort of shaped my life.
Hmm.
And as I continue on my journey, I recognize that like nothing is perfect, but
Nothing.
just moving in the direction that you want to move in, that destination, you're gonna get there.
That's
You're
right.
gonna get there. So I can remember being in undergraduate school. I went to Fayetteville State University, and it's a historically Black college
Oh, yeah.
university.
Yeah.
And I love FSU, Bronco Pride. I met my husband at FSU, but what a
Nice.
lot of the students didn't know about me is I graduated in 3.5 years from FSU.
Okay.
I started school a semester late because I wasn't prepared for college. I
Hmm.
wasn't prepared for college, so I had to go to tech school and prepare myself. But I also had a child. I also had a child as a teenager. So I just remember my family just rallying around me and supporting me and loving on me while I went to school. Like it wasn't an option. I can remember when my dad came home and like handed me financial aid papers, like you got to do
You got to
something.
do this. Good
You got
for
to do
you.
something. And I can remember my godmom Kathy and my mom, even like during pregnancy, just encouraging me and wanting me to recognize that like life isn't over. Like you can still just do and be whatever and whomever you choose to be. And I think that's what sort of shapes me even as I continue on my journey, just having solid people around me, my family that just love me, like in spite of no matter what,
Right.
and encourage me to keep going when they can tell that like I just need a break.
Well, okay, okay. Now you said, you know what? You did like 60 shows in
Ah!
5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, what about this? What about this? So I'm asking all kinds of stuff in
Yeah.
my head here. Let me go back for a second. You said at an early age you had the desire to help kind of fix things. Were
Yeah.
people seeking you for advice at an early age,
Um,
or did you just kind of have that innate ability to say, "This is what I think is going on, and I would do this"? What happened
yeah.
in that situation?
I feel like it was just a little bit I feel like it was just a little bit more organic. So I think that as I built relationships, and I think that God just designed us to be this way
Right.
anyways, but because of life experiences and wounding, etc., a lot of us we're closed off. But when you're a child,
That's right.
you're still learning, growing, you may not have experienced a lot. And I think that I was always interested in learning more about people. And I feel like I could just tell. Like sometimes people would share, and sometimes I could just sense when there was something wrong.
Mhm.
But I think that I had a great sense of compassion for people
Okay.
that were loners or were by themselves. Like when I remember being in high school and there was this boy, and I don't know, I never found out what was going on with him, but I know he couldn't walk. And he would sit in a wheelchair, and like during passing, we
Mhm.
would, I would pass by him like every
Right.
day. And I
Right.
would make sure that I stopped and just acknowledge his humanity. So I
Right.
could just remember he would start drawing me pictures and stuff. He wasn't verbal, so he couldn't speak. But I remember he would draw me pictures and hand them to me as I would walk past. And I remember I would just feel so overwhelmed when I would pass by him because people would just pass by.
Like
And,
it didn't even exist.
yeah, like he didn't exist. So I mean, it's little things like that that I can remember. And high school, ninth grade, that you're not that young during that time, but like those are the things that sort of stand out and
Right.
remind me of like my journey and wanting to just like love on people, wanting people to just experience wholeness, relationships, wellness.
How
But
we advice?
I could talk all day, so you can interject, Kim, because I just
I
go
love
on
it.
and
I love
on.
it. I love it. What advice would you give young people today? Because some parents that are watching today's
Yeah,
episode, because I'm the balance doctor, you know how there's
yeah,
like the medical doctor, there's the PH doctor, I'm the BD, I'm the balance
yeah.
doctor. So
That's
I'm
what
trying to
we needed.
so I'm providing some balance to people here.
Yeah.
What advice would you give parents that they could share with their teens and tweens and adolescents on how to treat people as they're growing up? Because you seem like you were very mindful at an early age, but not everyone
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, and I think today it's so crazy because we're in the age of social media where adults are modeling behavior that's not always good. So the advice that I would give parents is, it really does start at home. So just taking time to sort of build and cultivate relationships with your children.
Mhm.
Like really slowing down the conversations that you have so that your children, your teens feel seen and heard. Because if you're modeling that at home for your children, when they go out into the world, that's what they're going to do.
Good.
Teach your children how to
That's good.
recognize that everyone's journey is different, everyone's perspective may be different,
Right, right.
and that's okay because
Mhm.
we're all different. Validate, teach your children how to validate. Like it doesn't mean that you agree with anything that someone's saying or
That's
doing, but
right.
just that this is, hey, that's your world. And then empathize. Like empathy is huge. Like just stop for a moment and imagine how someone else may feel,
Mhm.
how someone else may feel in any type of scenario,
Good,
in
good.
any type of scenario. So that's
I
that's
love
what
it.
I would say. Teach your children how to recognize someone else's humanity, regardless to what they look like, may sound like, where they live, etc.
That's good. Great
Yeah.
advice. I love that. So recognizing the humanity in someone else, not necessarily worrying about why they're in the position that they're in or
Right.
what happened to them, but just
Yeah.
recognizing and acknowledging that this is a human being and they need a certain level of decency and respect and
Yeah.
courtesy shown to them. I love that
Yeah.
philosophy.
Yeah, but just even shifting, like when I think about social media, I think that we're in an age where people feel like, in not even just children, adolescents, but also adults, that like if someone else is getting an enormous amount of attention, if someone else has an enormous amount of followers, if someone else
Mhm.
is receiving just things that we may not be receiving, that it's a bad thing or it somehow takes away. It
Right,
takes away from who you are.
right.
And I think that teach your children that they're great, regardless
Regardless.
to regardless to what's going on around them, who's around them, who
Right.
likes them, who doesn't like them. Like teach them that they're great. Teach them that they're made in God's image. They're deeply loved, regardless. Like I think those core values, those core things, when you instill that in your children, you know, they'll begin to go out into the world and do the
Right,
same.
right. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. I love it.
yeah,
So teach your children that they are great. And I can see
yeah.
some typing happening backstage. If you guys see,
Simply because simply because they're here. Like, not because, I mean, and we want our children to excel. I got children. We want them to do well in school. I have
right,
an athletic son, all of those things. But simply because they have breath in their bodies and they're
right.
alive.
I
Like, you are
love it.
valuable. You're deeply loved. You're great.
Oh my gosh. All of you
Yeah.
parents that are watching today that have children, make sure you take a moment. If you haven't done so recently, take a
Yeah.
moment and just tell your children how great they are, not because of the grades they have, not because of
Right.
the position that they have on a team or the part that they play in a play, whatever
Right.
the case may be. Teach them that they are great because God created them and they are
Right.
for a purpose to make a
Yeah.
difference. Okay, so I'm so excited about that. All
Yeah.
right. Now you said you were a teen mom too. Talk to us about that
Yeah.
because a lot of times teen moms are, sometimes like, oh well, this happened and life is over. And life is not
Yeah.
over. And every life is a gift from God, in my opinion. So go ahead.
Right. Yeah, so I think, the first thing, being a teen mom, like I said, my family, the people that were around me just weren't, they weren't having it. Like, giving up was not an
Right.
option, but I would be lying if I sit here and say like I wasn't discouraged. Like, the biggest thing for me, I can just remember thinking like I'm a statistic, like I'm a statistic, like I'm a statistic, like that thing just sort of followed me. So
But
even I can remember like a couple of years ago, I can't remember what happened. It had to be something in my family because I love my family. My stuff always comes up with my family. It,
right,
it,
right, right.
it could have nothing to do with me. It probably was something going on with one of my nieces or something. And I can just remember just the thought of just always trying to be, like always trying to just do, not even be. Because
Right,
if you're being, you're rested in God.
right.
But just always trying to do so that I could like lose like this label that I'm a statistic.
Mhm.
But that's the furthest thing from the truth. That's the furthest thing from the truth. I can just remember, and God has been so great. And again, when I think about my family and just the people that I was surrounded by throughout my journey, being a young teen mom, being in college, like, I mean, it's amazing. So what I would say to any teen mom is like, don't give up. Like, take care of your responsibilities,
Mhm.
but also take care, not even about, take care of you and give yourself time enough to grow because
Mhm.
you're still young
That's right.
and learn, find out who you are. Don't try to be anyone else. And things will definitely begin to align themselves.
Good.
Things will begin to align themselves. Again, I always go back to my time at Fayetteville State, just again, being surrounded by great people and great friends, and people knew I had a few people knew I had a kid. Not that I was hiding my kid, but people knew
Right.
I wasn't on campus until I pledged in my sorority. But when people would find out, oh my God, you got a kid. Like, I can remember when I met my husband and I was like, yeah, I got to go home. I got a son because I was at band practice. You got a kid? Like, everyone's like, you got a kid? Yeah, I got a kid, a whole human that's depending on me.
That's right.
But I had a point when I was at Fayetteville State University. I can remember I majored in sociology, and my minor, I had a concentration in social work.
Okay.
And so I was doing the work even then. And I can remember having an internship. And my internship was at the care clinic in Fayetteville, North Carolina. The care clinic served uninsured people or people
Right.
that were underinsured. And I absolutely loved that experience.
Right.
Here I was, a 19-year-old, like journeying through life, trying to figure it out, trying to take care of
Right.
my son, trying to make sure I kept one foot in front of the other. But there were always these reminders that, I was so much needed in the world. Like, I'm the answer. Not that I'm God or anything, but
Right.
me being in the place where God positioned me to be is the answer for someone else's problem. And I just remember people pouring into that clinic that needed medical care, that needed clinical care. And I remember being a part of the team and just feeling so proud that not just I as a human being,
Right.
but when most people navigate through life, it's just like, I'm so proud of myself. But it was just like, I'm so proud of myself. I am a young Black woman, a single parent.
Yeah.
And like, I am still helping others. I am still serving others. I am still loving on others when everything is not like 100% perfect in my world.
Right, right.
So I just, I think I want to circle back around. I think you asked me the advice that I would give a young teenage mom, like, don't give up. Love your child, love your children, and keep your eye moving forward, face forward, keep moving forward.
Well, one question that came in, you said, and believe in yourself. I cut you off.
Believe in yourself, yes.
That's really good too. And believe in yourself. One question that came in specific to this. I know we're going to do our flash round. So everyone make sure you get to type the questions, any comments and everything, and we'll pop them in during the flash round. But Joe Duncan, who is our celebrity, he's the person from JDTV, and he's he's the celebrity expert here on the Kim Jacobs Show. And he has JDTV on YouTube. So make sure you all subscribe to his channel. And he says, great life story. I'm wondering if the pregnancy at a young age threatened the direction or path that she had planned for her life. And did she have to be encouraged to get back on the path of going after her big dreams?
Yeah, well, I'm living my big dream. That's the thing. I think that, I think the culture will have us believing that at 16, 17, 18, even 19 years old, we know the direction or our life path, or we know 100% what we want to do. And you have those people that are like 5 years old and they know they want to be a teacher, 5 years old and they know they want to be a doctor or an astronaut. For me, I didn't wake up in the morning, when I was 12, 13 and say, hey, I want to be a clinical social worker, or hey, I want to be a relationship expert. I want to serve couples. I want to serve women.
Right.
But I knew that I love people and I wanted people well and whole. So if anything, I want to choose my words carefully. I think that I would say no. I think the only thing that it derailed is I can remember in high school, and I'm a drummer. So I play the drums. I've been in the band since I was allowed to be in the band since I was in the 6th grade. I play the drums. So I love the marching band, but I also love to dance. So my goal and my dream when I was younger, this is funny because I always see this question and I love to respond to it. I wanted to be a Fame dancer. Remember Fame with Debbie Allen? I wanted to be a Fame dancer. I wanted to be one of those kids that dance with Debbie Allen. Shout out to Debbie Allen, wherever you are. But seriously, so when I thought about college, I thought about going to an HBCU and being a dancer.
Okay.
But the thing is, I never would have survived band practice because the minute the drum line came, I would have just felt, I wouldn't have fit. I wouldn't have fit. I wanted to dance really bad, but like I had to be on my snare drum. So, but other than that, no, I think if anything, it created, I had to grow up a lot faster than most, and I had to focus. But again, I'm just so grateful to God. I can remember 2 of my siblings left the same day when I was in high school, when I was in the 12th grade, and I was pregnant during that time. And I remember them leaving the exact same day, and it wasn't planned. My sister went into the Navy and my brother went into the Army. And that was the first time like my world was shook because I had never done life without them, especially them because they're both older than me. So, and my younger brother was still in school. So my younger brother was still home. But I just remember like them leaving. But when my brother came back from basic training, I remember him saying, Deanna, how can you have a kid and not get around? And he took me to the car dealership to see his car lady to get my very first car. And I've always kept a job now because I like to look nice and I got to have my own money. So I remember being young and just, I need my own money. I don't want to ask mom and dad, they got enough. So it was never an issue of me having enough money, but just again, that wisdom. And this was my brother, he left, he came back. You need to get you a car so you and your baby can get around.
Right.
I remember getting my driver's license the day after I bought my first car. Like, that's so crazy. So crazy. I mean, but again, just so grateful to God that, regardless of my circumstances, my steps were ordered.
I love it.
Ordered, and all I had to do was get up and move.
That's
like
it.
All I had to do was get up and move.
Yes. I love it. You've answered the question.
I was going to say, I hope I answered the question, sir.
You answered it like in a marvelous way. Okay. Kim Roundtree, she said, hey, Kim.
Oh my God. Hey, Kim.
Hey.
I love Kim. Oh my God. Oh, I got stories for days about Kim, but hey, oh my goodness.
And Kim Roundtree, you need to come on and be a guest here on the Kim Jacobs Show.
She's a bomb. You need to have Kim Roundtree on.
I love Kim Roundtree. She's an excellent CEO and does all kinds of phenomenal training. So if you have not followed Kim Roundtree, make sure you do that immediately on all of her social media platforms. Yeah. But Kim, make sure that you inbox me so I can send you the link to come and be a guest on the Kim Jacobs Show. This is ridiculous. I'm
Quick story about Kim Roundtree. My husband and I love her so much. I remember she worked with us, just helping us stabilize with our company, Procure. And I remember she would meet with us. I remember one time she met with us at Procure, and I loved her so much because she just loves people and she wants to see people succeed. Yes, and when I say brilliant and smart, got to answer about everything. Like, no, when I tell you she knows so much, she's so wise. And she has a daughter named Hannah. And I can remember I was pregnant with my baby girl, Hannah. And I was going to name my baby girl Hannah Sanaya. And my husband, he liked the name Sanaya, but he was like, it just doesn't fit. And I can remember her talking about her baby girl, Hannah. And my husband and I had been praying about a name for our daughter. We're like, we're going to name her Hannah. We're going to name her Hannah. And I mean, every time I bump into her and stuff, we have our Hannahs. I mean, but such a wonderful person. I hope that you have her on. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm hoping that she will place the right people in your path. Again, when I tell you, and I guess this will be a perfect segue, because when I think about like the entrepreneurship side of my journey, the first company that we started over 12 years ago, Procure Therapeutic Agency, that process was a fool. I'm gonna tell you, that process was crazy. So, I when people read my bios, they're like, she's founder of Procure Therapeutic Agency, The Excellent Marriage, just recently launched the nonprofit side of Procure. Oh Lord, by no means was it easy, but I mean, all I can say is, and I don't want to sound like too churchy, but like the grace of God, like literally,
you can sound as churchy as you want. It
doesn't. And just the right people being in our path and praying for us and supporting us and just loving on us. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim Roundtree. We both have positive experiences with Kim Roundtree, and hopefully she'll come and be a guest here on the Kim Jacobs Show. Let me stop for a moment and tell you all about one of today's episode sponsors here on the Kim Jacobs Show. One of the sponsors today is She Builds Webs. She is a proud member of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Black Chamber of Commerce, and I love the opportunity to show you her website. If you have not connected with She Builds Webs, affordable web and graphic design, make sure you take a moment to go and visit her website, She Builds Webs. She's an out-of-the-box thinker, and you can definitely reach her right by her contact information on her website. She'll schedule a Zoom call with you, and it's really state-of-the-art information here. So make sure you reach out to shebuildswebs.com. Let her know that the Kim Jacobs Show did send you her way. Creative designs, and they are very affordable. Make sure you go and check her out today. Thank you for being today's episode sponsor here on the Kim Jacobs Show. All right. So, flash round. A lot of people want to know lots of stuff. So let's go right quick and see what people can. Okay. You have Dr. Chastity said,
Hi, Dr. Chastity Adams.
My mommy says good morning.
Hey,
good morning.
Mama.
Kim Roundtree, you already spoke to her, and she said, yes, don't give up. Yes, indeed. Great advice. And let's see who else is on here. Yes, we are the answer to someone's problem. Yes, Kim, you are the answer, girl. Get on
Right.
the makeup show. I told you. Okay. Fame, I'm gonna love
I'm
forever.
gonna learn how to fly. I love fame.
Now you gonna end up having us have to ask you about one of your dance moves at some point because you keep talking about you want to dance.
I can't dance. I mean, I can dance like regular dance, but that's the thing. I can't dance. I've never taken a dance class, but in my heart, I was a fame dancer and wanted to dance. I would have looked crazy going out
That's
for
so
a dance
funny.
class.
I love your energy. You remind me of me.
Hey, Vicky!
Do you know Vicky?
I've run into Vicky. I don't know if it was through eWomen's Network
Well, Vicky
or
L. Evans.
I remember her because she writes stage plays.
Yes.
I've been in the same room with Vicky before, and her energy is very contagious. I love her.
Well, guess what?
I know when
You
I've been
might
in
end
a
up
room.
being in a stage play one day because she loves your energy.
She gonna let me dance. Vicky,
Girl, you be out there doing your thing. You never know. You never know. And beating the drums. Bum, bum,
yes.
Anyway, Vicky is coaching my son, everyone, just so you all know. Jeremiah, she's one of his coach. She is his coach right now in acting. So she has him doing all kinds of things. And it's boosted his confidence to an entirely different level. I already thought he was doing great, but now with Vicky L. Evans on board, he's doing even better than before. So she definitely is a playwright and has some great plays that all have a meaning behind them. And she's big into helping those that survive domestic violence. So Vicky is. Okay, let's go to who else is on here? I just thought I saw Mother. Okay, Mother Lofton. Mother Patricia Lofton is a state supervisor of women within the North Carolina Second Jurisdiction in the Church of God in Christ. And she says, hey, wonderful story. God bless you.
Thank you.
Kim says, love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you. Yes, I need to inbox you. Okay, can you go? You should have already inboxed. Wait after the show. Wait after the show. Okay, yes, but God.
Yeah.
But God. Okay.
Hey girl, hey, that's my sister. Hey girl, hey, that's my sister. She's the oldest.
Adrian, it's a pleasure.
Hey girl, hey, my sister is an author. She just recently launched her publishing company, and it's amazing. She has like an amazing story. She has 3 girls, and it's funny. It's not funny. I think it's brilliant. Her and her 3 daughters, they have a weekly entrepreneurial meeting.
Okay.
So they get together, they talk about their goals, their plans, their life, and they hold each other accountable. Like she's so amazing.
Aw, that's excellent. That's excellent. 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 I love having you. And you know what? One thing that I teach in my book, I wrote a book called Extreme Balance Makeover. For those that have not gotten a copy, you can go to balancedoctor.tv/books. But here, one of the things that I talk about is having that individualized family plan and how important it is to customize a plan for your children. Each child requires different things. So you want to customize what's going to work for that. What area of focus will you work on with that particular child? Because every child is different. You cannot say that what works for one of my 5 children will work for the other. So make sure
that's amazing.
Yeah, it makes a difference, because when my husband and I talk about each of our children, we know what the focal area needs to be for that child. We never call them out on it, but we just have a conversation as husband and wife and say, this is where we think the focus needs to be on that. And we put effort and resources towards
that's wonderful. It reminds me of, like, even when we work with couples, like couples understanding the importance of marriage vision and really focusing on every area of their lives and their relationship with one another. I mean, it's important. And then down to the children, like you said, each child is different. Each child has a specific need. So making sure that as parents, you have a sense of awareness about it. So not only can you pray about it, but you can put things in action to make sure that you see growth.
That's right. Now,
Yeah,
when you
I gotta get that.
well, it's available right on
Yes.
balancedoctor.tv.
Yeah.
And I bought extra copies for people to be able to get them for the holidays if you want to be
Nice.
able to share them with
Yes.
your family and friends. But listen, talk to us about healthy marriages. And
Yeah.
you, as an expert in this field, and that's
Yeah.
one of the things that I told people they would learn today, how to have a healthy marriage. Tell us about
Yeah. So it's so cute. When I seen the flyer, which I absolutely love, it said we're going to talk about healthy marriages, and the health of your marriage is so important. So the name of my practice is The Excellent Marriage. And we really emphasize excellence because I think that for many it's taboo when you think about having a marriage that's excellent. And a lot of people misunderstand excellence for perfection. Now, perfection, excellence to me, when you think about doing everything as you're doing it unto the Lord, to
it.
me, that's excellence.
That's right.
Like you showing up, you honoring your spouse, you loving your spouse, you taking care of your spouse. That's excellence to me. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Healthy marriages, excellent marriages are important because for one, when you agree to do life with someone, when you make vows to love someone, to honor someone, take care of someone, I think a lot of people don't recognize that you're saying you have the capacity to do just that. But what happens is sometimes we're not even taking care of ourselves.
That's right.
We're not taking care of ourselves. There's emotional work that hasn't been done. Sometimes our mental health isn't in the best place. There are just areas in our lives that need work. So that impacts your marriage.
That's right.
And I think a lot of people are scared of marriage because couples say, oh, marriage is such hard work and marriage is, grueling work and it's so hard. Marriage, marriage is work. But I think if you both are taking care of yourself and showing up in the marriage
Mhm.
whole, healthy, well, then that work it begins to you begin to navigate through life kind of flowing. And it doesn't mean again that things are perfect, but you're showing up 100%, being yourself, allowing yourself to be seen. And
Mhm.
in marriage, intimacy is important, like emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy,
Yeah,
not just physical intimacy,
that's right.
but people don't experience intimacy because one, they don't know themselves, so they're showing up being God knows who in their marriage or who they've
Right.
always been showing up in life being. So your partner can't get to know you if you don't know yourself.
You can.
So when you think about healthy marriages, the first thing is think about being a healthy individual.
Mhm.
What is your spiritual life like? What is your emotional life like? What is your mental life like? Your mental wellness. I say in life, but these areas.
Right.
Also physical life, physical wellness, financial wellness, all of those things are important. And when you're taking care of yourself, you then have the capacity to take care of someone else. Scripture talks about how we're supposed to love our neighbor as we love ourselves.
Ourselves, right.
And I think that a lot of people just feel like they could just love everybody else and not love themselves. But your marriage is only as strong as the least healthy individual in the marriage.
That's right.
So if
That's
you have someone that's struggling, that needs help with their emotional wellness or their mental wellness,
mhm.
that's important. That's important because your marriage is only as strong as its least
That's
healthy
right.
individual. And it doesn't mean that, again, you have to be perfect and that you're not going to have struggles. But when things come up for you, you have to take care of them. And I think a lot of people feel like they're failing at marriage because they had no idea that, again, their stuff was going to come up. But marriage will teach us how to either sharpen and grow into who God has created us to
That's
be,
right.
or we'll buck up against that thing and
Yeah.
will not experience the joy of it.
And
We
that's
won't experience the joy of it.
the interesting part that you're saying there is, like, I know I've been married for 27 years,
Yeah,
literally. So for 27 years, it's been so many things in life that happen and
right.
come up, and it does not mean that that person is still, whether they've grown through various different phases or I've grown through various different phases
Yeah,
or whatever, we still have to figure things out. You have to say, okay, you have to some kind of way how to get over the hump and the hurdle and meet the emotional needs and figure out how you're going to still win as a couple. And so many times my husband and I, we train couples over the years, and then you find out in your own life, you're like, okay, we've done all of this training. We've taught people this. We know the answers to this. So we know the answers to that because we have been the experts in that area, right?
Yeah.
Then when it comes time when you're at your own home to apply some of those things,
Right.
like, okay, what was that I said back on that day to that couple?
Right.
Now it's time to pull that out of your tricks and put it into your own life.
Yeah, because we're human, and just because we're experts and clinicians does not mean that the same things don't apply. We've all been on a journey. We've all been on a journey. You talk about like just the stages of your marriage and being married for 27 years. Like what's important is that people recognize we're going to grow and we're going to evolve. And when you're in a marriage, when you're in a relationship, you're in a partnership, like it's important to show up so that your partner will again know you. It's that intimacy piece.
Know the new phase of who you are.
You have people that have 20, 30, 40 years under their belt being married, but do not experience intimacy in their marriage, do not know their partner, cannot tell you what their partner's deepest fear is, what goals their partner want to achieve in the next 5 years, can't tell you their partner's favorite color. Just little things, because people don't know how to do relationship. And that's not a dig. We don't learn how to do relationship.
No, it's not a manual. Just do it.
It's like, you just get out there, you put yourself out there, you love, and the person look good, all this. Yes, all of this stuff. But the reality is, I think even with experts, counselors, etc., your partner and you are so unique. You're so unique. And the only way you're going to be able to navigate through life in excellence is to show up for each other.
That's right.
Being vulnerable.
But even when each other don't show up for each other, sometimes each other don't show up for each other. Somebody still, it's like my husband always says, we both can't be crazy at the same time.
And there's always a balance. Like my husband and I, there's always a balance, and I believe that the more you learn and know each other, like I'm the crazy one. We're so different. We're so different. And that's okay. But when we show up, because we know each other well, we're able to flow. Able to flow. And we know our strengths. And I know my weaknesses. And again, the Lord did a really good job, because every area that I am weak in, I'm gonna tell you, my husband is
strong.
Man, he's strong. He's real strong. I sleep good at night. But marriage. Let me stop carrying on. But seriously,
that means you're comfortable and you're enjoying yourself. I'm glad to know that.
But back to marriage and just having a healthy marriage, it's really about allowing yourself to show up and to grow and to be seen, and recognizing that you don't have to have all of the answers.
You can't have all.
But also, when you want to grow and you want to strengthen, reach out. Like, I think so many people are like, oh my God, marriage counseling, that means there's something wrong and we're really not terrible people. No, you can have a great marriage, enhance your marriage, go be around other married couples, go to marriage retreats. We have a marriage retreat annually in the mountains. So amazing. I'm not just saying that because it's our retreat. We just really have a good time.
Right.
It's a way for you to escape and work on your relationship. It gives you time to sit and really be present with your partner.
Good.
With your partner. It's amazing.
And
so I'm sorry.
I was gonna say there's this survey that I love for couples to do, which is it's called emotional needs. Her needs. And I'm telling you, every couple that ever takes that, you can identify what your spouse's true needs are, and they force rank it. And it's pretty amazing because you learn so much about yourself and you learn so much about your spouse. And most of the time you're like, that's how you feel? I never knew that. I never even thought that. And then you find out what's the important need. Like my husband used to always, every time our children would get like honor roll. I did not know this, but he would be working and he'd come home and I was like, wow, every time they would get on the honor roll, we'd go on a trip. I was like, whoa, y'all better sit down and you go do that homework. You're getting this homework done today. I mean, it's gonna be straight A's in this. Anyway, Nefertira says, she says, okay, awesome discussion, ladies. Thank you for your transparency and words of wisdom, Deanna. Tell us about the collective. I loved last night's experience. Now, before you tell us about this, I need to take a moment to just acknowledge another wonderful sponsor here on
Yeah.
the Kim Jacobs Show today. One of today's episode sponsors here on the Kim Jacobs Show is INLIVIAN.com. It's formerly the Charlotte Housing Authority. So many of you may know INLIVIAN as the former Charlotte Housing Authority, but let me share with you their new and updated website, which I absolutely love and think that the information is very state of the art. Okay, yes, count me in to win in the census data. INLIVIAN. If you're INLIVIAN, that's what it is. It's your INLIVIAN now. So you can click here to see their vision for housing now in the 21st century. All of the information is here for you to be able to learn how to get your voucher. If you want to become a landlord in the INLIVIAN process, if you want to actually move to one of the Section 8 housing and get on the waiting list, if there is a waiting list for your particular home, then make sure you check out INLIVIAN.com. And when you do reach out to them, please let them know that the Kim Jacobs Show did send you their way. You're INLIVIAN, formerly known as the Charlotte Housing Authority. Thank you for being one of today's episode sponsors. Okay, tell us the answer to
So
the.
I wanted to back up very quickly because you had talked about this assessment for married couples, like a needs assessment. And I think what I've found throughout my years of working with married couples is sometimes people don't know what they need. And just again, slowing down that conversation, doing the work that's needed so that you can begin to tackle those deeply rooted issues that have nothing to do with oftentimes your marriage or what your partner is or is not doing, but has everything to do with an unmet need in childhood
Right.
or trauma or something that you've experienced in life.
Mhm.
Again, we're all on a journey, so we carry those things with us and they begin to show up in our relationships, in our marriages
That's right.
because of fear. We're wired for survival.
That's right.
So we're wired for survival. So I don't know what your husband's reason was for, like, every time the kids got on
Oh,
the honor roll, y'all took a trip.
it was
But
domestic care and support. Knowing
yeah.
that the home front was being taken care of
Mm,
completely while he was doing his job. So for him,
yeah.
that was very high on his
Right.
needs assessment, that if my family is taken care of, and
Mm,
that's one worry that I don't have to even
yeah.
hold when I'm traveling, doing what I need to do for my job, then guess what? You deserve this because you've met
Yeah.
that need of mine. So that's what it was about,
Yeah.
which was
Oh
great.
wow.
We going a lot
Yeah.
of those, I had everybody with appointment times. This is
Right.
your appointment time. Come in. Let's sit down. Let's pull out your journal. You're gonna
Yeah.
where are you struggling? We're gonna get AB honor roll around here.
Right.
But they may not have
Yeah.
known why. It was because I was going.
Yeah. But it sounds like he wanted you to know that although he wasn't present, that you were deeply loved
Right.
and that family time, that cohesiveness was important to him, is important to him.
That's right.
That's amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, so tell us about the connect
The collective.
the
So the
collect.
collective, thank you for showing up last night, Neff. I love Neff. Neff's PR. She's a great PR person. She's doing a lot of work with me. So
Beth is the
um
absolute best. Just so
yes.
you know, Pride Magazine. She's constantly connecting
Right.
people and resources. So I really consider you a connector. I don't know what
Right.
the real title
When
is.
do you sleep? Yeah. And she's gonna make sure everyone is connected, whether you, and not that anyone's big or small, but whether you a large corporation, a private practice, whether you just starting a nonprofit, like she doesn't care. Everybody's gonna have a seat at the table.
That's right.
Like,
That's right.
that's Beth. But oh my goodness, thank you for coming last night. So the collective, I think a lot of people think that the collective, well, let me back up a little bit. I absolutely love working with women, just really sharing time, holding space with women. I don't do a lot of individual counseling with women. I specialize in working with couples, but I love working with women in a group setting. So, like, when COVID hit, I the first couple of weeks when North Carolina was placed on lockdown, I was just like, oh, this is a mess. Even before we got placed on lockdown, my husband was like, you need to come up out of the office. So I was at home.
Right.
And I'm that therapist that always said, no matter what, I'm not offering virtual services. I like to see my people. I want them to come into the office and sit in the chairs. I want to make them feel at home.
Right.
We're gonna have a good time. Little did I know, COVID hit, and I just began to notice, there was so much going on, not only with the global pandemic and African-American people losing their lives at a disproportionate rate, but then there was also the social unrest, the racial injustice going on. There was so much going on. And I said, you know what? We need a space.
Mm-hmm.
Black people need a space. Women need a space to just stop, allow themselves to be and just breathe. So I started the collective. So in October, I launched the collective, and I met with women all over the country and the world every Sunday at 8 p.m. And, women would register from everywhere. It was amazing. And we would just meet, and we would meet through Zoom. And some women would just speak. Some women would, put whatever they wanted to share in the chat. Right. But it's just a time for us to hold space for and with one another, to let each other know that everything, although around us is not all right, in this moment, we're all right. And I've been teaching women how to just breathe. There's so much power in our breath and just taking a moment to breathe and anchor ourselves. I've been teaching Black women how to meditate. And I think for so many years, people are like, meditation, oh my God, ooh, that's something religious. We don't believe in that. But, physically taking care of yourself is God's will for our lives. Now, I know that there's different types of meditation, but what we're doing is we're learning how to be still, to manage our thoughts, to take care of our mental health, to regulate our nervous system. Because whether people know it or not, the fact that we're in the middle of a global pandemic and we don't necessarily have a lot of answers, we're in fight or flight mode.
Automatically, which causes stress.
The fact that Black people continue to die and continue to be sent the message that our lives don't matter.
Right.
We're in fight or flight mode.
That's right.
Our nervous systems haven't had a chance to stop and return and regulate.
That's right.
And what people don't want, especially Black people, because the collective is geared toward Black women. Black women come, we sit. What people don't recognize is intergenerational trauma very much plays a role in how we're showing up in life right now.
That's right.
The things that our ancestors experienced through slavery, the things that our parents experienced through just journeying through life. We carry that in our genes. And the collective gives women, Black women, a chance to just not be anything other than human. So
how do people get there to the collective? I want you to finish the statement, but I want to hear, how do they get to the collective?
So on my website, www.deannafryerson.com, it's under events. Also my social media, Facebook, Deanna Frierson, Instagram, I'm Deanna M. Frierson. There's links to register on all of those platforms. The next one will be the second week in December. And then I think I'm also going to have an event called Christmas with the Collective, because there's so many, again, Black women that are alone, that are by themselves. And with a global pandemic going on right now, a lot of people can't travel. A lot of people can't spend time with family and friends. So we're just going to have a good time. But the next collective is scheduled for December 13th. Yeah, December 13th. And we'll come together.
Coming together to just breathe.
Yeah, we come together, we be still. We come together so we can be still, we can be whole, and we can be well.
Okay, so it's Deanna Frierson. Did I spell that right?
I don't even see. Oh, yeah, look, it's right in front of me. Yes. I'm looking everywhere.
Okay, so register for the December collective, African American women coming together to
Yes,
just breathe.
yes.
That is
And
incredible.
I think we just don't recognize the power of just our breath again and meditating and how important it is for us to take care of our brain,
Mhm.
our physical bodies. Like it's important. It's important when we think about like even the global pandemic, if we are not physically well, and if our body is always, again, if our nervous systems are always hijacked, then we're always in stress mode. That means that cortisol is being released. Like there's so many chemicals in our bodies. God didn't create us to be in continual fight or flight mode.
That's right.
So it just, again, and it gives us the ability to just recognize that we are amazing. Like Black women are amazing. And although there's so much going on, like I'm so excited to be alive
I am too.
during this time,
I
during
am.
this time, during this time. So many wonderful things are happening. And I just really believe that change is already here and on the horizon. And again, when all of us show up positioned where God called us to be,
That's right.
we're gonna be all right. We're
They're
gonna be all
typing
right.
your points back there. So if you see me
Yeah,
looking to the side, I'm
yeah.
actually just looking to pull your points over because
Okay.
this is such incredible information. God did not invent us to be in fight or flight mode.
All the
Deanna
time. Yeah.
Frias, and a lot of the quotes that Deanna have shared today on today's broadcast, you'll be able to go back and just
Yeah.
look at them in your private time. You share such profound information that's been so helpful, and I really would love to have you come back because
Yeah.
I know we deep dived on marriage, but we really didn't deep dive that much into mental health.
Yes.
Can you just use that same link and come back again and
I will just
only talk
anytime.
about
Yes.
mental health, and
Yes.
especially with the holidays coming up. I would love for you to come back before the holidays.
Yes.
And everybody that's watching, please, say come back, come back, because
Yes.
we'd
No
love to have you
problem.
come back and just so a whole session on mental health if possible.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you so much, and thank you again for having me. This has been wonderful.
This has been incredible. And let me also let you guys know too that I do have another episode sponsor for today. And that is, I'm excited about all of the sponsors that have
Yes.
come to the Kim Jacobs show and sponsored an episode and collectively just working together to make this
Right.
possible. I don't take it for granted. So anytime you all are doing this, it's an honor and a privilege, and I appreciate it. And so the Snow Legal Group is a group that is committed to making sure, I'll let him say his own words instead of me,
Wow.
instead of me speaking on their own behalf. So let me just play what they shared. Oh, wait a minute. The Snow Legal Group.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or ride share, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
All right, everyone, listen, make sure you reach out to the Snow Legal Group, and they're willing to get justice for you. Justice is their job. 704-358-0026. info@snowlegal.com. info@snowlegal.com. Please make sure you let them know that the Kim Jacobs show did send you their way. Okay. All right. So that's again another episode sponsor. I'm really excited about all of you all that are providing sponsorship to be able to make the show thrive and keep it going. I don't take it for granted at all. Everyone's typing, please come back.
Oh,
Come back. We need another episode, especially
Okay.
from just a mental health
Yeah.
perspective. We'll change the title. It will be dealing with holiday stress
Right.
mentally with Deanna. Can you do that?
Yeah, just let me know. Let's coordinate. Let's coordinate.
And my brother, Javon Jackson, he does a lot of audio video things with me and with our team, and he does lots of projects across the country. So if you ever need any AV work, My brother
Nice.
John Jackson does a great job, and he says, "Good afternoon, ladies. Great topic. Great topic.
Hi.
I love you. Glad you came on." Okay, I didn't tell everybody to subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show, so let me.
Yes.
You could do that for a second. Let me see. Would you be willing to tell people to subscribe to my YouTube channel?
Yes. Let's get this going.
All right, wait. I'm gonna move myself. Then you go ahead and tell them, and I'll move off.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this has just been such an amazing experience. I mean, I think that the balance doctor is just what we need. Sometimes someone who just can bring life together. So please subscribe to Kim Jacobs' YouTube channel. You can find all the information right there. But just in case you can't see it, www.youtube.com/C/Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you so much. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe.
Way to go and get put on a spot and do it. You did it.
Yeah, I
You're
was
like,
like,
"Hey."
what are we doing?
You like make me just start doing some fame dances. It's like, and you're gonna.
I need my secret to be safe with everyone who watched today. I want to keep you guys, I want to hold you in the circle of trust.
Everyone's sharing it. I can tell you that right now.
Yes, someone's going to get me a fame sweatshirt for Christmas. I already know it. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's coming.
You better believe it. You better believe it. It's happening. It's coming there. It's coming your way. Listen, everybody, make sure you go and follow Deanna right at I'm trying to find your right here.
Yeah. Well, look, I could do that too. Yeah, DeannaFryerson.com.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Let me,
it's your time.
let me do this. Okay, hold on for a second. Stay backstage. Hey everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs from the Kim Jacobs Show, and it is truly an honor and a privilege to be able to recommend Deanna Frierson to you. Deanna is a woman of many different hats. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's also certified in so many different areas, ranging from mental health to marriage specialist as well. You definitely want to be a part of the collective experience that she offers to African American women around the world. Just an opportunity for us to whoosh, just to breathe. So check out Deanna Frierson and forget the bloops and blunders because things happen. So guess what? We're going to scratch that. But DeannaFrierson.com. I'm going to do it one more time. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs from the Kim Jacobs Show, and I highly recommend that you join in with Deanna Frierson by going to DeannaFrierson.com. She gives women the opportunity to just breathe. And how important is that for African Americans to come together as women and know that we have a safe place to be able to come and do nothing but unwind, sit quietly and breathe. This woman is a woman that's a mother. She's a wife. She is certified in many different areas in life, ranging from mental health to marriage. You definitely want to join in with Deanna Frierson by going to DeannaFrierson.com. God bless you all. All right.
So good. I was like, if she do that one more time.
If I do it one more time, it's over.
Yes, it was good. It's okay.
But anyway, I enjoy it. Grab the clip, grab what you want of it and pull it.
Yes.
And the thing is, it's just an honor to be able to have you on today. And for everyone that would like to be a part of our Quest Church prayer line, let me share that with you also.
Yeah.
Right now, Monday through Friday. Actually, on Mondays, what happens is it's a recap. Pastor Jacobs is actually going through what he preached about on Sunday, and he gives people an opportunity to ask very specific questions. And I love how he breaks it down because he kind of recaps the word, but then he gives you a chance to ask your questions. You can go to 978-990-5000. Access code is 322-083#. And then Tuesday through Thursday, he's praying for our country and COVID and everything, you name it, that's happening around the world, the social unrest. He's praying for that. And then on Friday, it's open, kind of like open mic, where everybody gets the chance that wants to chime in during that 30 minutes and pray. You can join in. 978-990-5000. Access code 322-083#. I'm going to our prayer line too. Deanna, thank you. Do you have any closing comments?
Thank you. I'll just say, make sure that you're taking care of yourself during this time. Like, it's okay to just stop. Sometimes we don't know what we need until we allow ourselves time to just be still and listen to the voice that's within us. So take care of yourself during this time. It's important. Thank you again for having me.
Tune in tomorrow, y'all. I have another great guest lined up for you
Yes.
all week long. We're going to put all the flyers out. You do not want to miss not one day. Go and check out each guest, but better yet, subscribe, turn on your notifications,
Right.
and you won't miss a beat because then you'll know when we go live. Okay. Thank you for tuning in today. And thank you, Dion.